Well, you have a wrought iron railing that's set into a precast stair system. And what they do is they core a hole in the precast cement and they set it into a mix that really holds it nice and strong. Now, one of the problems here is this mix is actually down lower than the surface of the stairs. So when it rains, the water will puddle there, and that's not good for the steel. Now, this side actually looks pretty solid. There is definitely signs of rust, but this side over here, this is pretty bad. Look down here, you can see this is all peeling. This is actually some of the paint, and it's actually some of the steel. And there's a hole right there. And I look up at the second one. Wow, that's a big hole. That's definitely gone. And that one over there, that's just broken right off.
Will we have to replace the railing?
No, I think we can repair it. Now, normally what I would do is I would cut this away with the saw, but this is so bad, I think I can break it away.
Let's do it.
There we go. Okay, there it goes. Now, Marge, this side is a lot more solid, so I'm just going to cut it off using my reciprocating saw and a metal cutting blade. I'm going to cut it right at the base. Okay, let's get that out of the way. You ready? The next thing I want to do is remove this piece of steel that's left in the precast. To do that, I'm going to use a hammer drill with a masonry bit. I'm going to put it in the hole. I'm going to set my depth stop because I don't want to go too deep. And I'm going to drill around the perimeter, removing that material. Oh yeah, that's definitely rotted. The main part of your railing is actually in very good shape, except for a little bit of rust.
I'm going to clean that up with a wire brush and paint it when you're all done.
Okay, great. Now the bottom of the posts, that's a different story. They're really rusted and they'll have to be replaced. To do that, I went to a metal fabricating shop and I had these made up.
Wow, I didn't know you can do that.
They'll make just about anything you want. It's a solid piece of steel that's inserted into a piece of square stock. And the square stock is the same size as your post. So these are actually leg extensions with a dowel on them. So what we're going to do is we're going to lay it on here like this, cut off the bottom that's damaged, then slide the new one into position. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to prime up this raw steel right here because I don't want it to rust. Now I'm going to push the leg in and see how it fits. All right, now that's a little loose, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some bonding adhesive in there. Okay, now I'm going to push the leg right into the wet adhesive. Work it around. Put some more in. Okay, now to hold it into position, I'm going to put a rivet right there. Okay, now I'm going to take my pop rivet right here. I'm going to put it in my rivet gun, push it into the hole. When I squeeze the gun, it'll actually expand the rivet in the hole. And now we'll do the other legs just like that one. Now we want to position the railing into the holes. Now when I get it into the hole, I want you to take that level and put it on this center post so we can then plumb it up. All right, just try to keep the bubble in the middle of the lines, and I'm going to tape this side to the house to hold it into position. Okay, now how's the level look? It's got to be plumb.
Real good. Plumb right now.
It is?
Yes.
Now all of the holes in our stairway are vacuumed and cleaned, and the railing is set into position and taped plumb so it won't move. Now I'm going to pour a little bit of water in a small bucket because I'm going to mix up some cement that's going to hold the railing into position. Now this is expanding cement, also known as hydraulic cement. Now this sets up real quick, so once I start mixing, I've got to mix it real fast. Okay, now this is ready. All right, now I'll start right here at the bottom. I want to make sure I force it right down into the hole to eliminate any bubbles so we don't get any gaps between the hole and the pole. Now I'm going to take a wet rag and I'm going to wipe away the excess. I also want to make sure I still leave it mounded up against the edge of the post to shed the water away. All right, now the hydraulic cement is set up, but it's not fully cured. I want you to give it a couple of days before you start pulling on that railing.